Hello, everyone. Well, I am 18-ish hours into my 72-hour fast. For those of you who listen to me on my podcast, I screwed up this morning. I do not do math. I said it was 36-hour fast, but it's really a 72-hour fast. So yesterday, Sunday at 6 p.m., I stopped eating, and I won't eat again until Wednesday at 6 p.m. I have a lawnmower in the background. I'm sorry. My husband was like, look, babe, I know you got to do videos, but I got to mow the lawn. I said, I get it. Life is crazy for us right now. And this is why I said I wasn't sure I was going to start the Soul, Mind, and Body membership group. But I did because life is never going to be perfect, to make big changes, to add something new, to switch up your life. I mean, it's never going to be the right time. So now is the time. The present time is where it's at. And you can do things in life when life is unpredictable. So we've just got a couple of days at home, and this is why I'm doing the 72-hour fast. Because I am going to be picking up sticks again and heading out to Nebraska. And May 1st is going to be the 21-day challenge, where in the membership club, the Soul, Mind, and Body group here on YouTube, I will put down below the link. Just click it, join, $4.99. If you don't want to stay for another month, just quit. Just $4.99, less than $5. It is going to be coaching from the soul, the mind, and the body. You will learn things that you can take into your real life in those 3 weeks. It's worth it just for that. My humble opinion, personally, of course. I decided I needed it to be a soul fasting. I want this to be God's group, God's ministry. So in order for me to empty myself of my own needs and my own desires and my own thoughts and will, I am also going to empty my body and not going to eat anything and hopefully have enlightenment and clarity through prayer so that all the things that I do over these next 3 days before I head to Nebraska are focused on God and very prayerful, and I'm not gunked up with anything. There is also a mind component to just have the mind focus and not to worry about what I will wear and what I will eat and what I will drink. That is biblical for those people who don't know that. So I just clear my mind and allow God to put His will, His intellect, His thoughts into my head. And then lastly, the body. And my body needs some time to recover. If I think about what I did for the octave of Easter, and if you guys follow me, you know I gained 10 pounds in those 8 days because I went completely off the rails. I wasn't paying attention to anything. And then I went right back on the rails. But now I'm at a point where, okay, this will be great for my body to detox, to reach autophagy, which means to eat thyself. And I'm not talking muscle. I have plenty of fat still left on my body, but I'm really looking for the autophagy of the cells that are damaged, of the dead cells, of the bacteria, of the viruses, of the dead proteins. That is what autophagy goes after. Scar tissue, stuff that has been sitting there in our bodies, causing our bodies not to work as good as they should because they're old and damaged, but we never stop eating. We don't fast very much because this culture, at least in America, and I know there are people all across the globe that are in this membership community that I will be going to at the end of this video, but also on this channel, we have this spoiled life. We can have whatever we want when we want it, at least in America. And I know there are lots of other people that have that situation. So we don't want to have any pain. We don't want to go without. Why would we want to go without when we don't have to? But our bodies are actually made to have moments of fasting. It's also biblical to fast. So as we look at our lives, let's look at our fasting and let's think about our bodies. Our soul, our mind, our bodies all have great benefits from fasting. Is it for you or is it not for you? It depends. It depends on what you are doing. We will dive into this a lot more in the membership group. This is why I created the membership group, because some of you don't care, but others do, and they want to know, I don't know, should I fast? Shouldn't I fast? Yes, if you have been intermittent fasting, if you have practiced a window of eating, if you have gone without, we just left Lent, how did you do? Did you give in to your bodily urges and impulses? Were you able to pull things back? And what was it? You need to look at your life. And you also need to look at your body. You have a different chemistry than I do, a different blood type. You've had different experiences, different illnesses. You have grown up in different parts of the world. You have had different social pressures and stresses and upbringings. So we are very different. Soul, mind, and body. We are different. But fundamentally, our bodies do need that time to detoxify itself, to clean itself up. And that is what something like this can help with. But you may not be ready for this big step. Certainly not a 72-hour fast, perhaps. So let's talk about yes and no. If you are eating a standard American diet with sugar and you don't have low carb in your life and you're very sedentary and you have never gone without in a day, so you have your 3 square meals, maybe even a couple of snacks, by zero means should you go and fast for any length of time. My suggestion for this group of people is to just bring your carb level down to 20 grams of carbs in a day. Try it. 20 grams of carbs in a day. We're not going to talk net grams and all that kind of stuff. Just look on the back of your boxes and go online and see what normal foods that you eat at the grocery store that doesn't have a box around it, and look at how many carbs those foods have, and keep yourself to 20 a day. And do that for a couple of weeks. That's all this group should do. This group over here may already be eating keto, may already be on a low carb, high fat kind of diet. Maybe you're carnivore. So this group may also be doing intermittent fasting. So taking a bunch of hours in a day, and that's the only time that you eat, or even one meal a day, which is you only eat one meal in 24 hours. These are the people who can look at fasting, but starting with 24 hours. This was where I was in December when I started my Advent journey, which was addressing my aches and my pains. So I was also doing intermittent fasting, and I also got to one meal a day. So when I started my 5-day fast and 9 hours, what it ended up being, but it was really only supposed to be 72 hours. I just felt so good, I kept going. I probably shouldn't have gone that big into that time frame. I should have started with a 48-hour, 72-hour fast and stopped. I did listen to my body, but I really should have stopped at that point and said, okay, I can always lengthen this the next time. And in January, I also said that I want to do this once a quarter. So now that we're in the end of April, I'm in the second quarter of the year. What am I going to do? And for me this time, it's a soul fast, but I know that it's going to impact my soul, my mind, and my body. I know there will be benefits in all three. But this time, it is about my soul. so that as I go through these next few days and as we approach May 1st, it is God's 21-day challenge. So if you're over on this side and you're not on the standard American diet, then I would look at a 24-hour fast and just see how that goes. Maybe stretch it into 48 hours or a maximum of 72. But in both cases, we have to listen to our bodies, feel how our mind is working. I've got some hacks that we'll talk about in the membership group that you can do during a fast. So just in case you don't want to fall completely off of the fasting wagon. But pretty much that's the answer. It depends. So this is what we talk about in the group because every single one of us is so unique. We've got to learn how to bring our soul, our minds, and our bodies together so that we can do what's best for us, so that we know, okay, that worked for Susie, but I can't do that. Susie can eat butter. I can't stand it. Susie doesn't get a histamine reaction to butter. I have diarrhea the minute I put it in my mouth. I mean, these are things, and that's just one particular food that people react very differently to. Someone could also be very allergic to butter, a runny nose, a lot of coughing and mucus and all of that kind of stuff. Breaking out in hives. It's amazing when we pay attention how much we can figure out what works with us, our genetic makeup, our soul, mind, and body, as unique as we are as human beings. We're different from other people. Sorry, I thought I saw something over my shoulder there. Okay. So now join me on the membership group as we go in a little bit more as to specifically what you should do and what you should not do if you are considering intermittent fasting, keto, or prolonged fasting. Where are you on the continuum and how should you start as we approach again this May 1st 21-day challenge? And click the link below if you want to join the membership group. Please, like I said, just give it a shot. You can always bow out. I'll see you over there. And for those of you who are here, I'll see you next time. Have a blessed and inspired day.